Welcome to another day of adventures with Wes and Jeff, and it's Wes, and I'm in the northeastern part of the state of Arizona at Petrified Forest National Park. And this is it's the only national park that is along the old Route 66. And now it's Highway 40 that goes along the northern part of Arizona up in the hills here. So this is an elevation about 5,000 feet. And this park is here to preserve the petrified wood. And it's well over 200 million years old. And so today, at this edition of the National Parks with Wes and Jeff, I am going to go on a few short hikes. In this park, there's only a few short hikes, not a lot of living trees, but rock trees at this park. And so we'll explore those, as well as we will check out an old hotel that they have preserved and is part of the park now. It's the Painted Desert Inn. And then we're going to see the petrified wood, the long logs, and explain how that whole process comes to be. And we will take the 28-mile scenic drive throughout the park. It goes from north to south. I'm on the northern end right now at the Painted Desert Visitor Center. They have two visitor centers. One of them serves as the museum on the south end. So I'm going to start on the north end and meander our way down to the south end. And so we're going to go on a few beautiful hikes and explore these petrified wood stumps and trees and different things that have been preserved over time here in northern Arizona. So this is park number 46 for me. So I'm climbing up to my ultimate goal and bucket list of going to visit all 63 national parks. So stay tuned and take a look at these beautiful pictures and hikes that I have taken here today at Petrified Forest National Park. One interesting thing I wanted to explain to you about on this park, most of our national parks are open 24/7. So you can access the park and come and go as you please. If you arrive late, it's fine. This particular park, Petrified Forest, has an opening and a closing time. So it opens at 8 a.m. It's just about 9 now. And it's close to Navajo Nation. But the reason why it closes at 5 o'clock and reopens the next day at 8 is because people steal the petrified wood, which is really sad. But they can sell it. So they have to close the gates here and monitor it to make sure that nobody takes our national treasures away from us. This is Topani Point at Petrified Forest National Park. It's the Painted Desert Overlook. It's the first stop right after the Visitor Center. In fact, short walk just from the Visitor Center. It's a 2-mile round trip across the grasslands portion of this park over to this outlook, an overlook that has this beautiful view of the red rock that is in this area. So it says, as you look out over this painted desert, you're only seeing a portion of it. The painted desert extends for 7,500 square miles across the northeastern Arizona section. And because Petrified Forest National Park lies at its heart, the entire park contains the colorful rocks of the painted desert. These particular mudstone and sandstone rocks are called the Chilean Formation and were deposited here from 227 to 205 million years ago during the late Jurassic period. During that time, the supercontinent broke apart and eventually forming our current day continents. Over the next 180 million years, the rocks of the Chilean Formation were deeply buried, uplifted, and eroded into the badland topography that we are looking at today. Approximately 120 million years of late Jurassic rock and fossil history are recorded in this kaleidoscope here, and it's just really pretty. It's a little chilly today, but it's nice and crisp. It gets pretty warm here during the summer months. So this is December the 6th, 2022, and this is that overlook. It's absolutely beautiful, all the red, different shades of red in this. The sky is pretty cool today too. Along the Desert Rim Trail, which is only 0.5, it explains some of these information signs about the topography. Very interesting area. As you can see, along here, along the trail, it's all black basalt, and that forms the rim or the top of this where we're standing on the plateau. This hard basalt was deposited by local volcanoes between 16 and 5 million years ago and forms a protective cap over the soft red rocks of the much older period rock. This basalt shelters this area from the effects of weather like an umbrella, while the rest of the desert is left exposed and vulnerable to erosion and carving the badland topography that we see out here. So as you look across the cliff face to the left here, the black basalt stands a stark contrast to the red sedimentary rocks, and the yellow line in the image along here actually forms the change in the two, and the physical rock is called unconformity. So unconformity rock of the two stark changes of the basalt and the red and yellow rocks below. So this has all been carved over millions of years. It's very similar but not the same to the Grand Canyon, which was formed by the Colorado River, of course. But this had an ancient river that ran through it that also carved all of this. But it used to be at this level where we're standing. The other thing I wanted to point out is the Painted Desert Inn, and that's the old inn that still sits here. That was a lodge back in the early 1900s, 1920. They renovated it. It's part of the Park Service. They have a museum inside it, so we'll do that next. But it sits out on this plateau, and that was the visitor's view back in the day when they tootled through here in their Model Ts and along Route 66 to explore some of our natural wonders of our national parks. This 1932 Studebaker is not operational any longer, but it was part of and traveled along Route 66 that bisects this national park, the Petrified Forest National Park here in northern Arizona. This is the only national park that is along Route 66. And I wanted to show you old telephone poles that are still here that they left up for memory, but that marked the stretch of road which is now highway 40, Interstate 40. So there's the poles. I don't know if you can see them, and there's the cars off in the distance. These folks are just touring around a little bit, but there's the line of poles and the old telephone poles that marked Route 66. Little bit the size of a chicken. Hi there, I am at Petrified Forest National Park, and I am with Ranger Becca. And we have just palled up, and she's going to tell us all about the teepees here at Petrified Forest National Park.
So the teepees are special because they have blue and purple sediment, which is kind of weird for badlands in the United States. Out at the badlands, they're more gray, brown tones, but we have iron in our soil. And so when it oxidizes iron and magnesium, it turns these really brilliant colors of purple, blue, like red, and it makes it a really spectacular landscape. We also have petrified wood coming out of these hills, so I think it's pretty cool.
So I'm at the Giant Logs Trail. It's just 0.5 and it's behind the Rainbow Forest, the Rainforest Museum and Center. So you come out the back door of this, and it leads right into the trail. So these are the giant logs, petrified wood. Like that. I think we'll get some good sunsets from this viewpoint up here. Giant logs in this section. Park, this nice trail. So I'm going to finish this real quick, and then it's about time to leave because it's been a full day at Petrified Forest National Park. It's been actually kind of fun. Been very busy. It has been fun to walk amongst these giants.